All right, welcome back. The ladies are in the kitchen, looking extremely glamorous, I have to say.
Thank you.
Ah, wow. Okay, so a lot of stories we find online baffle us, and this one we thought we'd discuss today about a lady who, the story basically came out because there was a testimony in church, and her testimony was about the fact that after 15 years of leaving her and her 4 kids alone, her husband returned. Suddenly, just came back after 15 years. Okay, no explanation, nothing, no accountability, nothing. And she opens her arms and receives him.
Yeah, because it's the work of the enemy.
Even if there was explanation.
Yeah. Okay, well, so the pastor, the church said it was the handwork of the enemy, you know, and they asked them to kneel down on the altar for blessing so the whole church could pray for them, right? And, well, long story short, 5 years later, the guy stripped all her accounts, took her for everything she had,
And left again.
Took her for looted everything she had. They did not say half, oh. Took all she had.
Took everything.
Looted
Yes.
all she had.
Yeah.
And went again.
So,
after 5 years.
As a member of the congregation of that church, how do you feel about this?
Oh, I'm happy because it shows that, you know, it was blamed on the enemy. So now the joy is that, you know, we've proven that it's not the enemy anymore. The irony is, you know, there's no rejoicing in someone's pain and downfall. Yeah. However, the way society expects the female gender to always be forgiving and welcoming and understanding and accepting, she does not have a right to say who is to blame. She's supposed to just suck it in because she's the peacemaker, sponge. She's the sponge, she's the glue that brings everybody together.
Wow.
You understand? So a good woman is supposed to be forgiving, accepting, understanding, take all the nonsense because she wants to keep her home together. Good women, God bless you.
So my producer had an opinion earlier on, and I'm gonna basically take that and throw it out there. So in this same congregation in church, there are going to be some young ladies hearing this testimony and thinking, this woman did the right thing, accepting this man back. And what do you expect those young women to now think after hearing that 5 years later, this guy ups and leaves again?
There's something I'm going to add in there. We're not saying that it's not okay for you to accept your spouse in this regard when he flaws or when he falls. Because we're not perfect. We're all human beings and we all make mistakes, right? And it's marriage. That institution is, as much as, it's the woman, it is the female gender who's at the receiving end, both parties are supposed to be accepting of each other, are supposed to be understanding of each other. We're not saying that it's not okay. What we are saying here is, as much as the Bible expects you to forgive, you're also required to use wisdom. Wisdom, they say, is profitable to direct. As a woman, a married woman, it is not your responsibility to accept all of the man's idiosyncrasies every single time that he faults.
Wow.
I need to put that out there.
Every single time. Winfrey.
Praise Jesus. I like the way you've been asking the question. Ask my question.
I should ask you. Winfrey, 15 years later, that means that the youngest child he left in the house has finished secondary school by the time he came back.
Apparently, that's even what was written there. They said the youngest had finished secondary school when he came back. And the youngest was about a year old, was still a baby.
Doesn't even know the father.
But we know him now. He knew him for 5 years before the father went again.
Abby?
Yeah, so at least that bond has been...
Winnie.
To be honest, I can't help but think of what's actually going through the man's mind. I'm sorry, it might sound, but like I'm just thinking, because he actually left, then he came back.
And left again.
Then he left again. So I'm just wondering, because to be honest, for those 5 years, probably in his strength, tried to make things work.
Really?
To be honest, that's
tried
literally
hard.
what I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
Am I detecting
Really
sarcasm?
No, seriously, he worked so hard. But when he didn't work out, he felt, well, you have to compensate me for trying, and he didn't work out. So he carried everything. It was his compensation.
And he's still going to live to spend that same, the monies and all that he looted from that woman with
This
another
time
woman,
is
right?
20 years
So
later.
now
When he
it
has a
makes sense.
sickness, he will
You
come
know
back.
what? This conversation
So the 5 years was
cannot
good.
end now. We would like the
Shada is
conversation to
a
continue. Hopefully, we might talk about it in second banter. But hey, we'd like to hear your thoughts on all our social media platforms at TVC Connect. We're waiting for those comments. We're going to break now.